loves labeling. He loves giving names to weekends. What's on your mind here?
So I do love labeling weekends, but let's refine that a little bit and label these games. Now, Mississippi State's already played an SEC team, and we know what happened there, but what would you label this game for Mike Leach and Mississippi State, and the same thing for Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin? For example, I'm not saying this is a must-win game, but that would be the kind of label. A must-win game is a label. So how would you categorize what this game means for Mike Leach and Mississippi State and Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss?
Who do you want to start with?
Let's start with State.
All right, hey, Dad, we got to label. We've got to label Saturday's game between Mississippi State and Texas A&M. What's the label you're putting on this game? Giving it a nice little sticker to put on its chest.
It definitely has some must-win to it for both teams.
Okay.
You know, I think, you know, and Porky made the comment earlier about this is what you pay Mike Leach for to win games like this. Well, the same thing can be said of Jimbo Fisher, who's making, you know, $9 million or whatever a year. So double down Saturday.
Double down Saturday.
Yeah, whatever takes you have about these teams, you can double down on them after Saturday.
Like that.
If you think State's bad, you can double down on that. If you think State's good, you can double down on that. And the same. If you think A&M is going to start getting going and you know, next weekend they have a shot in Tuscaloosa, you can double down on that. It's double down Saturday.
I'm weary of must-wins in Week 5, so I tamed it down a little bit. Mine was gotta have it. You got it. Mike Leach has got to have it because in Baton Rouge they had a chance to win. They were as good. I've seen some people argue that they think that they're even still a better team than LSU, but they made the mistakes and LSU did not. I think Mike Leach has got to have this one. You still have reluctance from fans that just aren't sure if this is going to work, and they just don't know. They want it to. They like him. He's quirky and he's fun, but it's just not complete. This is year 3 now. It is time to show that you are taking that step forward and that you can be consistently competitive in the SEC, where it's not, hey, we went and beat Texas A&M last year, but then lost to an LSU team that fired their coach. It is time now to start winning these games where you're home favorites against teams in your conference. He's got to have this one. If you want people to truly believe in the direction, you've got to win games like this. He's got to have it on Saturday.
Okay. What about for Ole Miss? What's the sticker you're putting on the chest of this Ole Miss Kentucky game on Saturday?
It's kind of an elementary one. Mine was prove it. It's a prove it Saturday. And not like program implications or anything, because we've seen you are lying to yourself if you think Lane Kiffin is not a good football coach and will not continue to win games wherever he is. But for this team, it's a prove it Saturday. There's a lot of think. I think Ole Miss is good here. I think they do this well. I think the transfer portal's gone well. I think. Saturday's going to be, I know. Either I know they're good up front, or I know that's a problem. I know Jackson Dart is ready for this at his young age, or I know he's got a lot of work to do. I know Ole Miss's wide receivers can get open and get separation and be effective, or I know they can't. This is the prove it. The I thinks are going away and the I knows are coming. This is a prove it Saturday for Ole Miss.
I'm going to be politically incorrect. This is a Dixie Chicks Saturday. One of these teams on Saturday in Oxford is ready to run. It's a ready-to-run Saturday with Ole Miss and Kentucky. Because the
Is
winner
that a
of
Dixie
this
Chick
game,
song? I don't know the answer.
Yes,
Hey,
it
that
is. The winner of this game, looking forward, has got a chance. After Ole Miss, Kentucky has South Carolina and Mississippi State both at home, and then an open date before they would head to Knoxville for what would be a massive road game if the Wildcats are undefeated. It's going to be a big game regardless. But if they're undefeated, rolling into Knoxville on October 29th, woo-hoo-wee. And Kentucky gets its star running back, Chris Rodriguez, this week. Is Chris Rodriguez ready to run? We know this offense for Ole Miss has been all about running. Are they going to be ready to run against Kentucky? And if Ole Miss wins against Kentucky, look at what they've got in front of them. A road trip to Vanderbilt, Auburn at home, road trip in Baton Rouge, road trip at Texas A&M. You heard Ari Wasserman say a second ago, if Ole Miss wins this game, I mean, is it impossible to think that they're undefeated going into Alabama on November the 12th? Maybe unlikely, but not impossible. The winner of this Saturday in Oxford is ready to run. Therefore, it is a Dixie Chicks Saturday. Yes, I know that's politically incorrect, but so be it.
Yeah, but see, I can't stand them because they took what is musical perfection in Stevie Nicks' Landslide, and they butchered it. I mean, just took a meat cleaver and just hacked and hacked and hacked, and to the point where it was unrecognizable. I mean, there's covering songs.
Oh, there are lots of reasons not to like the Dixie Chicks.
Oh, I know, but that one, I mean, what they
That's
do,
just at the top of your list.
Yeah, what they're known for is music, right? They're a musical group, and they took.
Is that what they're known for?
Well, maybe not, but the brilliance of Stevie Nicks and destroyed it. It's like those people that keep throwing condiments at the Mona Lisa, but they're so dumb they don't realize that they protect the most famous painting in the world. There's no protection on Landslide. They just sprayed mustard at it. Shout out Tennessee.
All right, then.
It's horrible.
Hey, Dad, you didn't know just how creative I was going to be with Michael's little idea, did you? I think I even surprised Michael Borky with that, to the point that both of you were looking at me going, what?
But you know what that was?
What are you doing?
That was thought.
I don't
like
know
that.
a lot of the Dixie Chicks catalog, so I had to take your word for it.
Knowing you don't want to know.
Yeah.
CC in Senatobia. The SEC is so brutal. Ole Miss and State could both win this weekend and then still easily lose 4 SEC games down the stretch.
Mm-hmm.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Dan in Hattiesburg, Borky, they're also known for going to England and throwing their country under the bus. Mike in Tishomingo says, now remember they're only the Chicks. Dixie is gone. Yes, I'm aware. That's why I labeled them labeled as politically incorrect. Another Chicks turned woke. Here's another one. They are un-American. Middle finger emoji them. That's what the message said.
And Landslide, again, ruined Landslide.